And Anurag just give me a slow track into him, and we set up, and the first take happened, and from start to finish, Nawaz has gone in one breath, the dialogues, and cut happened, and we all were like shocked, like pin drop silence, and I was like, what just happened?
सारे धागे तोड़ दे पीने के पानी में जहर की नाली छोड़ दे.
When I first read the script, of course it's a thriller film, but for me somewhere or the other I always believed in my own head it was a love story between Raman and Raghav. That final scene between them, on paper it was like wow, it just made me kind of have that little wet eye, you know. So for me, I always treated it as a love story, and then Raman being the protagonist and in his own crazy way, his love, you know, and his own understanding. So and the world that he lived in.
तभी से पहली नजर में अपन को प्यार हो गया था आपसे. ये आदमी है जो अपन को मुक्ति देगा, और आप अपनी मुक्ति औरत में ढूंढ रहे थे. तब से अपन इंतजार कर रहा था. बिना तपस्या के कुछ संपूर्ण नहीं होता. ये सब्र ही है जो आपको आपके जोड़ीदार से मिलाता है.
So for us, for me, it was constantly, you know, talking to Anurag and trying to figure out what is it that, you know, it is about Raman. So the way he told me, like, you know, I want, when you see the film, I want the aromas of Raman's world, and he told me that, have you seen Seven? I said yes. She's like, yeah, I love that contrast. So that's the only thing he told me. So yeah, high contrast and getting aroma and flavors from the frames was what was my brief. So in 4 days we've traveled, scanned around whatever the spots that we needed for the basic Raman world, you know, and the scenes that we wanted to begin with. So as I said earlier in the conversation, that in this film it was a lot about absorbing what the location was giving. Plus I was literally very overwhelmed by Anurag and his personality. I had shot a short film for him madly before. But in that also 4 days is very minimal conversation. I would actually go up to him and be like, sir, आपको बोल नहीं रहे हो, अगर आपको frame नहीं पसंद आ रही तो बता दो, आपको कुछ नहीं चल तो बता दो. He's like, till the time I'm not saying anything and I'm not coming to you, it's all good. If I don't like it, I'll be up your ass. I remember the first day of the film, it was a 4 AM call time for me, but I couldn't sleep the previous night out of nervousness. I reached the location at about 2:33 earlier only. And then I with my first ACA said, let's go and walk and just feel the location. I was also trying to be all pseudo cool and I'm like, जाके महसूस करते फिर देखते क्या location अपने को देखता. My AC is like, दोस्त फटी पड़ी समझ नहीं आ रहा है, कर ले महसूस. So we're walking in and then at distance we see there's someone sitting and there's this lighter spark happening and we call him भाई अंधेरे में. And we walk up closer and I kind of see it's Nawaz and I just kind of, I was first of all, I was like, what? Sorry, and I kind of looked at him and kind of just nodded to greet, and he just kind of turned around and just had a leaf and was just playing with the lighter and the leaf, and he just gave me that stare which, I don't know what, but I freaked out. So I just kind of U-turned and walked back. Whatever we prepped that scene, and that was the first day of shoot, and that was the scene where he gets interrogated, his monologue. So I go up to Anurag and again the film, as we said earlier, designing, I wanted to keep it high contrast, and again the locations gave what we gave, and we were low on budget, so I didn't have big lights or whatever, so there was the only way of that location, the way the people were placed. I had this side of the window, I only had one 9K, so that was it, one tube light. We literally lit the way we had with bare minimum, and making sure that because it's a scene that has a long monologue, we do not know how long it will go, so we just control the daylight in a way that it doesn't kind of hinder as much, and we are consistently in the same. So yeah, in that film we really have shot guerrilla, so literally we were changing a location and seeing how we can use the location in the natural light and kind of enhance it and do it, and kind of that could help us. So I would say on that film, and again Anurag completely trusted me, so he's not a person who would come down and visually break down a scene with the DP. He would give you a gist, he would discuss. He's very much about spending his time with his actors, you know. So he spent a lot of time with his actors. There were so many times in the scenes, even I didn't know what the actors were going to do. There was the scene where Nawaz, Raman's character, goes to his sister's house. And there was this scene where, you know, his sister says to "Kyun idhar aaya? Kya chahiye? So we took first take, kya chahiye, whatever. And my camera was in a locked tripod. Cut happened, he came and he was in a next door flat. We were very tiny flats we were shooting. The next door was the assist. He came running and I kind of looked at him. He just ignored me. He was really good at ignoring me and he loved it. He just loved it. And I kind of also in a way enjoyed it. Wow, Anurag Kashyap ignore kar raha hai. Kuch to hua mera life mein. And yeah, and he went and kind of whispered something in Amrita Subhash's ear. And Nawaz was standing there. And Nawaz, throughout this film, was in character, so I've never interacted with him. You didn't have his energies were like, you couldn't even get close to him. So he was just standing, waiting. He went, whispered, and then on the way out, I was for sure that, you know, he's told something's going to happen differently. So I told Anurag, I said, "Mujhe bata do." He's like, "Kitni baat itna kaam kar." And I said, "Ye bata raha hu, mujhe bhi bata do kya bola." And he walks away. So something happened to me and I was like, let me unlock this thing, and then yeah, she was completely a different number that Nawaz wasn't even aware of, and luckily my hands were on the tripod, I unlocked it, tilt and pan and operated, and cut happened and he got his scene. So he's very much, you have to be very, very aware and consciously, you know, be aware with Anurag. His process with his actors, and he likes to go fast. He likes to go really fast. So if his scene is done, his actors are ready, and if you are lighting up, you are done. So he wanted to literally go fast. By the same point of time, he would be very difficult to judge also. At some point of time, he would be like, "Tu kitna darta hai? Why are you putting so many lights?" And I'm putting up tube lights. The whole film is shot on tube lights. And he's like, "Sort of light kaun dalta hai?" And we finished that location. We walk into the next location, which is a small workshop in Dharavi again. And he's like, "Acha, यहाँ पे कितना time लेगा lighting करने का?" No, I'm ready. There's nothing to light. I'm shooting in natural light. There are these high windows which had a cross light coming. Inside was pitch black. He's coming and he's like, "Acha, इतने अंधेरे में दिखेगा क्या?" And I'm like, "Abhi ek second पहले." So he's like that, but he gives you full freedom and full trust, and he lets you say. And there are scenes again, there are particular scenes he needs it a particular way. That opening shot of Raman talking to him, that picture of goddess in that trapped room, you know. So we shot, and I had this new track. I had set it up, but it was him who was like, "You need to just go and focus very slow as you're moving, and let me just get that focus." So with him, it's a lot of things that happen instinctively on set. That location we shot, we got top light because we like that shadows on Raman, that harsh. So we shot in a lot of harsh lighting conditions. We shot in a lot of conditions where we could not put anything, but we had to shoot with the real locations. And yeah, again, in that film for me, I did not worry too much about design, because what Nawaz was doing was just, so I just wanted to kind of make sure that I'm kind of giving him enough space to move around and seeing what I can do with lighting. So we kept it very real and like almost like an indie homemade film. And there was one my light board, because we had to kind of, for my depth, I was tying up tube lights and bulbs and spreading around like that. And one of my light boys was tying up at some light, and he was crossing one those house cut shelter, and because it was probably a week, and he just cracked open and fell in the middle of a family eating dinner, you know. So we were in that literally a hot live location, and there was suddenly screaming happening in the air, and Anurag was like, what happened? But production didn't want Anurag to know that this happened, because he would freak out, and then so I got the news like, "Tumhara light boy किसी के dining table पे पड़ा है." Like, निकालो उसको बाहर. So that, and even in my lighting and design, if you see in that film, a lot I took from what location gave me. The way it was lit already, I kind of enhanced those colors. So because it was already so mesmerizing and so amazing for me to kind of just see the way these neighborhoods, the way they design, and so many different people from different walks of life live together. Everyone's different aesthetics are in together. Everything is so jarringly different, but just still a bright orange next to a peacock green to a blue rope hanging just looks so cool, man.
तो भगवान ने बचपन से मेरे को ऐसा जादू दिया है, मैं जोर लगा के सोचता है ना ऐसा तो वैसे ही दिखने लगता। तो सड़क पे काला सफेद बिस्ता चला, अगर अपन काले पे चलने लगो, पता नहीं सामने वो किधर से आ गया।